Hello my friends, Kaitlyn here, and what happens after a relationship ends? I mean, there are countless videos out there about breakups and how to get over a breakup and yada yada yada. I have contributed plenty of them, but what about the parts of a relationship that stay with you long after the breakup? The post-relationship scars. So I've had 3 relationships that I would consider serious in my lifetime, and one of the things I've found to be consistent with all of them is how I've found myself with scars stemming from them. What I mean is, ways the experience of the relationship has influenced me. Maybe good, maybe bad. You gotta remember that scars aren't necessarily bad, they're just physical indicators of things that have happened to us. Although I think the bad ones are what tend to stick out to us over time. Like, even though it's been years since I dated my high school and college boyfriends, there are still things that happen and will remind me of something from so long ago and just it can hurt. I think what's important to remember is that every relationship you're in influences who you are and how you act in future relationships. Like right now, I'm finding lots of bad habits and coping mechanisms that I created in response to being with my ex. And bringing those into any new kind of dating situation that I'm in now is making me realize how messed up they were. And it's a lot of dumb things too. Like, my ex was very disorganized and forgetful, and so I kind of became like the keeper of the keys. I kind of took on this responsibility to know where his keys and wallet and stuff was at all times, and to know his calendar so I could remind him of important things, because I learned when I didn't, then bad things would happen. Like, he'd lock his keys in his car, or get his car towed, or lose his wallet in airport security. All of these things really happened. It was a mess sometimes. So then I find myself being extra reactive with any guy now, assuming that I'm going to have to be responsible for his keys or stuff or whatever. I had to have a pretty frank conversation recently where a guy was like, "You are not responsible for my stuff, okay? Like, it is not your job to be my keeper." And that's just so revolutionary to me because I spent so many years being the one that had to be responsible. So there's dumb stuff like that that just kind of sticks with you until you kind of run face first into it or someone points it out to you. But there's also tougher stuff that sticks with you for a long time. I talked about in my We Broke Up video that I had to do a lot of emotional labor in our relationship, and the fear of having to do that again can be really overwhelming sometimes. Like, wanting to always stay an arm's length away, or basically overreacting and being afraid of dealing with any emotional stuff for fear of it all being dumped on me eventually. Or like how ugly and unloved I was feeling by the last year of our relationship. And so it's really difficult for me now to see myself as attractive, as a person who someone would want to be with. And pretty much if someone tells me they think I'm attractive, I assume that they are lying and or have some sort of ulterior motive. Because obviously they're wrong, right? Like, if my ex fell out of love with me, then how could anyone else find me attractive? You see, that kind of messed up thinking? Whoa, okay, not to be all super negative, because the positive side of all of this is that once you start to see the scars and wounds you have from a past relationship, you have to take them and learn something from them, which, I know is hecka hard. But this is why self-reflection is great and super important in life. So I am slowly finding all these scars from my most recent relationship, and I'm trying to figure out how to make them a lesson and not a detriment. Not using them as an excuse for the way that I act, but instead trying to grow and change. And not letting past hurts make me bitter or angry or afraid of being in a relationship again. It's a process, y'all, but we can do it. So for the questions today, I want to know what some of your post-relationship scars are. But you gotta think of ways that you have learned from them or grown or changed from them too. Turning a negative into a positive. Tell me down in the comments, plus remember that you can check me out on these other social media sites. And if this video made you smile, then definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know the moment there's a new video. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye!